like and subscribe. What is quick life hack every woman should know? Taking a moment before answering / deciding / reacting. Don't be pulled into someone else's tempo. Keep your own rhythm and pace. Someone I worked for taught me in a contentious meeting to pause before responding, and in your head say W. A. I. T. Why am I talking? To think about your response, what it will add to the discussion on the table, and if it is a knee-jerk reaction or actually going to move things forward. I find it very useful to remind myself of in many different situations, personal and professional. You'll always have a chance to say asterisk. Why owe you asterisk tomorrow? This. I love this. Good advice for anybody really deep back quote. This is the best advice ever, and I wish I can master it. I struggle to do this so often. This is the advice that I would give to my younger self. I feel like the majority of these comments are life advice, but not life hacks. Anyway, one life hack I have is to put your pad on your underwear and leave it on the sink, so it'll be ready once you get out of the shower and it'll be less likely that you'll have an accident. I have been doing this for years, but I found out a lot of women don't know about this hack. It makes things so much easier when you are showering on your period. Ooh, related to that, I learned one from my mill. You know how at the end of your period there is that one last pad that you don't have a wrapper for? I used to wrap it in a bunch of toilet paper before I learned this trick. Set aside the first wrapper of your period, and then you have one saved up for that pesky last pad. OMG, mine is related to this. If you have an insanely heavy flow, start the day with both a pad and a tampon. That way midway through the day you can just pull out the tampon and the clean pad is already in place ready to go. Minimal fuss all around, and less chance of leaks. As a father, I learned to do something like this when changing diapers. Always have the new one unfolded and laid out ready to go before removing the old one. That helps minimize the window for surprises. Yes. And if it is the first couple days, have some toilet paper ready to put between your legs, so you don't drip everywhere. My issue is drying off while actively leaking. I always have to launder the towel right after cause there is blood everywhere. The panty / pad part is easy. Why don't I do this after a decade of menstruation? People need to learn the definition of life hack lol. Deodorant in your bikini line is great for masking smells. I apply during my period and before going to the gym. BO oil and exfoliant are the key to combating ingrown hairs. BO oil is also amazing for your skin and has a very soothing smell. Eyeshadow that matches your natural brow color is an amazing way to make them look more striking and fuller if you have thin brows like me. It is more important to dress for your shape than size. I am a size 2, but I am a curvier size 2. Wearing clothes meant for ruler-shaped girls tends to not work for me. Dressing for shape vs size helped me when I was trying to find a last-minute dress for an event. Deodorant in your bikini line is great for masking smells. I apply during my period and before going to the gym. I also use it for underboobs. How do you find dresses for your shape rather than your size? Like what indicates to you that a dress is a curvier size 2 rather than regular size 2? What do you mean by BO oil? A curvier size 2. Marilyn Monroe, that you? Just realized I'm a ruler lol. When drafting a very important email, leave that a section blank, or put your own email address in that spot. You don't want to accidentally send the message until it's perfect. Save the draft and return to it after a few hours. If it's still good, that's when you put their address in and press send. Another way to do this is to put a special symbol in the to area, $, $, This will also prevent it from sending, because the email server will sense an incomplete address. All my outgoing email is set up on a 60-second send delay for exactly this reason. I always have time to double check recipients are the correct recipients, no typos in a heated message, attachments are attached, etc. I also do that if I have an attachment which I haven't attached yet, e.g. if I need to scan something in. Saves me having to send those oops, forgot the attachment emailer. That's a really good idea, thanks. _THIS. In a similar fashion, let it sit overnight. If it's something emotional or negative, such as a complaint or a reaction to something you're very passionate about, clarity the next morning often changes what you want to say. When I had an office job, I would write and edit my important emails in Word, then copy paste into the email. Say thanks instead of sorry when you're asking for something. You don't need to apologize for leaving the house without getting dolled up. I consider this basic, but the number of women I see who do apologize for their hair, face, sweats, etc. is depressingly high. If I ever hear the phrase sorry, I don't have my face on. Again, what women refer to as their face of makeup, not sure if that is just a local phrase. I will go ballistic. It'll be my villain origin story. An old boss would say that the ladies should wear makeup. It's McDonald's, sir. We will sweat it off onto the burgers and our pores will open and get clogged, so no. I hate how makeup right now is to just completely cover your perfectly fine face, to correct your already pretty color variations, and to plaster your skin with just this thick layer that blocks out everything. Then we gotta paint shadows and redness on to make it look natural. It's bull. Why do we erase our natural beauty to paint on what other people say is pretty? Of course you're going to look different without makeup, but that's nothing to apologize for. Girl, you are fine the way you are. What would be a good crown fixing response to this besides an awkward hand wave, or ignoring it altogether? I'd like to have a pocket response that sort of assuages the concern and lets her know she's beautiful / looks fine, etc. Not trying to be creepy, but encouraging an I'll mean go vertical bar IDK, if that makes sense. It's so weird to me. I got so much pressure to wear makeup from my mum as a teen / young adult, and she says this kind of thing, but out in the world no one has called me out on the fact that I don't wear makeup at my job, or in my social circles. I don't know if it's my profession, my country's culture or something about my face, but this is one area where my experience seems to be in the minority of this sub. How is this a life hack? The world will go on spinning if you stop making decisions based on appeasing men. In fact, it will feel a lot smoother. It is not easy, but it is worth it. OMG, yes. I feel like the moment I realized I do not really care that much about the opinions of hetero men as a group, I was instantly liberated from a mountain of bull. I was probably in my mid-20s when I figured that out, and boy, has that aspect of my life been 1000% easier ever since. I agree, but I'd add that after a while, it becomes easy. If you want something, especially at work, make sure you say it to others who can help you make it happen. Promotions aren't handed to the best people for the job, they are given to the people who tell their bosses they are wanting to move up. Or you are considered aggressive. I advocated for myself, even had other people, the union plus partners, all male OD, read my emails before sending. They were very assertive, in the way it should be. Like, if your concerns are about funding, I encourage you to put me up for promotion and let ours decide if there is funding available. If it is because of my work and skills, I encourage you to re-evaluate, because I did X, Y, and Z, which shows advanced level. My supervisor, female, literally told me she thought I was being aggressive, and that I was coming on too strong. Mind you, this was during my 2-year anniversary, when there are only yearly promotion cycles, and if I didn't get it then, it would be 3 years working there without any pay / level advancement. I didn't even ask to be promoted, I asked to be put up for promotion. Big difference, especially when the boss is trying to blame ours for their decision to not request it. Welp, jokes on them, cause today's my last day, cause I got a job to offers actually, though I am earning 30% more than I do now, which is also significantly higher than what the promotion would have granted. So I agree, advocate for yourself, and if you experience what I did, know your worth and apply elsewhere. I wouldn't have known that my boss refused to advocate for me until I followed Rockstar Ninja's advice. Speak up. I started getting promoted when I became vocal about it. I had 8 years of getting performance reviews at the maximum or second highest rating. Nothing, zip, zilch. I pointed this out and started asking what I needed to do to get promoted. No one really had answers. Next thing you know, I've got 2 promotions in about 3 years. Incredible. If you are on the road or traveling, go to a hotel to use their lobby restrooms. Think the big chains like Marriott's and Hilton's. They are cleaner and less sketchy than gas station bathrooms, and I have never been questioned if I'm currently staying there. There is a law in the U.S. requiring all hotels/motels on highways, not sure state or interstate, to have restrooms available to the public for free. I learned that one 20 years ago, and it's been true so far. Oh, this is a good one. I have done this a few times. If you cannot find a hotel, look for a big chain supermarket. Those bathrooms are hardly used. If you stop at a DoubleTree, you might even get a cookie out of it too. I literally did this for the first time last night. I left a concert with my boyfriend and didn't want to use the bathroom at the venue because the line was long. We were getting food on the way home anyway, so I thought we could wait until we got to wherever we were going, then use the bathroom there. We ended up in a war, and it turned out to be literally the only war I've ever been in that didn't have a public bathroom. After grabbing extra napkins with my food and debating just peeing on the side of the street, we stopped at a hotel. I was nervous about doing this since I wasn't staying there, but no one was even at the front desk to see me. McDonald's is often pretty decent as well. +1. I was out for a walk and needed to pee, marched right into a Marriott and just asked where the restroom was. The lady at the desk was a little concerned. I had just walked about 3 miles in 90-degree heat, so I was red-faced and sweaty and unmasked. BC, this wasn't a planned stop, although I was vaxxed at this point, but she didn't stop me or ask for ID or anything. Cancel your free trial on an app straight away. It will always cancel as soon as the free period is over. Edit, just for clarity, as soon as you start the free trial, cancel the subscription. It will remain active until the free period is over, and then cancel itself. Try using an MT Visa gift card to sign up, if you have to. It's hard to remember though. Revolut, a new online banking app, has an amazing feature that gives you a new card number every time you use it. So you put it in, use it once and it recycles, so you don't have to remember. Great for trials and online shopping, so you don't have to worry about it getting stolen. Not an ad, just love the app. Put your bobby pins in a magnetic paper clip holder. Yes. I have a magnetic giraffe in my bathroom and it has made such a huge difference. Yes, and if you need to bring bobby pins with you to an event, or when traveling, use an empty Tic Tac container. Going to do this immediately. Thank you. I love this. My husband's always annoyed that mine end up all over the floor, yet I can never find a single ONED. You win. It's better to be single than in a miserable relationship. I'm having a rough time with this one, but yeah, you're probably right. Just the initial aloneness is so hard. 1. To figure out if you have bad breath, lick your arm/hand and smell it. If it smells bad, you have bad breath. 2. Sunscreen and retinol are the only 2 skin products that are actually scientifically proven with enough research to back them up. 3. Clinical stick deodorant stops you from sweating, and spray deodorant helps with the smell. So use them in conjunction to work against sweating and bad smells. 4. Using an alarm app called Alarmoyo, where the app requires you to take a picture of something/walk a number of steps/do a math equation for the alarm to turn off. This gives you no choice but to actually get out of bed. 5. Sleeping with your window blinds open, you wake up feeling better, since your cardiac rhythm kicks in when the sun rises. 6. Perfume testers are great to keep in your handbag, just in case you leave the house without putting any perfume on. 7. Use an actual wet brush when brushing your wet hair. And start brushing from the bottom up. 8. Always carry baby powder with you when you go to the beach. It is the easiest way of getting sand off your feet. 9. Have a packing Excel sheet, that way you don't have to worry that you have forgotten something every time you go away. 10. When trying to focus on a task, use the 25th of May 25 method, where you focus for 25 minutes, break for 5 minutes. Then repeat the cycle 4 times, and then take a 25-minute break. There are apps that help keep track such as O for USO, Baby Powder for Sandy. Sleeping with your window blinds open, you wake up feeling better, since your cardiac rhythm kicks in when the sun rises. As someone who keeps an on 9 to 5 schedule, you can also use a sunlight mimicking lamp and set it on a timer to wake you up. Personally, I replaced the bulbs to the light in my bedroom with Hue bulbs, and it is set to slowly increase in brightness. I keep the mini perfume samples to use on vacation, so I don't have to take a big perfume bottle or spray with me. Saves space and lowers the risk of the bottle breaking in your suitcase. Wonderful tips. Just wanted to say it's circadian rhythm, not cardiac. Alarmy sound amazing. Similar to #6, I have to keep travel deodorant in my car, because I forget to do it before I leave the house. Workplace, never lead with an apology. You don't need to apologize for needing help, asking someone to do their job, or setting up a meeting. If you suspect you're about to be challenged, wait for the challenge, don't leap in. Workplace, never say I think, when you actually know something. It makes people more likely to challenge you, or think you are open to being convinced. We are too trained to temper our language to seem nice. Personal, hydrocortisone dots are great for helping with spots, but they also do a phenomenal job of helping pull out deep, or infected ingrown hairs. Health, if you try to power through a cold it will last 3 times, as long as if you just take a day or 2 to sleep it off. Take the time to rest and get better, and you will be back to your best infinitely faster than if you try to ignore it. Social, if your eyebrows give away your true feelings in any given situation, no matter what your poker face tries to convey, get a fringe, bangs. I totally agree with your workplace hacks. Unfortunately, my workplace has a sort of toxic positivity thing going on, and if I did either of those, I would most likely be called into a meeting for not being nice enough. I wonder if this is why my teenage colds lasted forever, even if it felt like I was sleeping it off. Because I always went to classes and kept up on HW. But I'd get sick once a year and it'd last a freaking month. Second top for social could also be get Botox. About the bangs, I always break out. I think you meant hydrocarbon instead of hydrocortisone. Sunscreen. Every single day. It's the most effective and cheapest anti-wrinkle cream. I recommend a foundation with high SPF. It just makes life simpler. Do you have any particular brands you'd recommend? And any you would advise avoiding? Does it have to be physical sunscreen? I hate the feeling. Even the light ones feel heavy on me. But not a very healthy one. https://www.bbc.com/future/article/20,190,722 sunscreen safe or toxic. More of a cleaning hack, but a hack for me as a woman, because I cannot stand a gross shower, and makes cleaning of my shower a lot easier. Make a shower spray. https://www.thepperahomestead.com/2014/03/DIY daily shower cleaner. HTML. Leave it in the shower and use after shower, to prevent mold and soap scum build up. If you really want to pump up the jam, leave a brush in the shower as well, and use it while showering. The heat/warm water will loosen up any grime. If you do this, you can actually extend the time between cleanings without the nasty buildup of gunk. One better that I learned recently, you can get sponges with a fillable handle, that I fill with equal parts white vinegar and dish soap, and I just leave it in the shower, and scrub it down quickly as I'm rinsing. Pump up the jam. Pump it up. I won't know it like the gunky water swirling round my feet though, I guess. Similarly, one of my favorite cleaning tips is to repurpose or purchase a small, usually travel-sized, spray bottle, and fill it 1 with rubbing alcohol and water. Keep it in your bathroom cabinet with a microfiber cloth to quickly clean toothpaste from your mirror once a week, or just before guests show up. This seems pretty cool life hack. Thank you. IDK if it's a thing where you all live, but in my country we have this little squeegee. Just Google that word IDK, if that's it in English, that is used to wipe the water from the box. Like this one, https://www.quinessance.com Brit/WP content /upload/ 2019/03/ ODP plus SuppleRef 2977 JPG. Stop apologizing to your friends about the way you look. We love you. Tea tree oil and deodorant stick for after shaving. Prevents so many ingrowns. I have some tea tree oil, but don't know how you actually use it, i.e. measurements. I guess it should be balanced out with water. How would you use these to prevent the ingrowns? Could always use new methods to try. Putting panty liners in your bra in warmer weather to help soak up sweat. If you have long hair, hold a section of your hair firmly and brush your comb from the bottom, working slowly upwards after detangling the lower section. Easiest way to detangle without pulling your hair out. When drying your hair, squeeze it with a towel to wring it out. Don't rub your hair with a towel. Rubbing the hair with a towel can cause split ends, damage and frizz. In a pinch, conditioner works as a great replacement for shaving cream. Leave-in conditioner in a spray bottle is a game changer for detangling post-pool or swimming. A bidet is an absolute game changer for feeling clean during your period. Don't have the money to spend on that. Get a cheap little squirt bottle to keep in your bathroom to either spray yourself directly or the TP for wiping down, if you are more comfortable with that. If you have majorly dry skin, a short baking soda bath and Vaseline can help. 1/4 cup of baking soda in warm, but not hot water. Soak for 15 minutes, towel dry off, then immediately apply Vaseline or ointment, followed by putting on clothing you don't mind being stained. It'll help drastically with dry skin, and the baking soda also helps with things like eczema. Have rough/dry heels? Before bed, with feet that are clean and dry, use a foot file to remove calluses or dead skin. Wash off any dead skin residue/dust, dry your feet, then apply Vaseline or ointment, and put on socks. Sleep overnight with the socks on, and repeat as necessary. Hate flossing and cannot stand the sensation of it? Use a water pick. It feels like the water gun they use at the dentist's office and works well to get rid of plaque around the bottom of your teeth and gums. Carry gum or mints on your person. In a pinch it can help with post-meal bad breath, or can be a sweet taste to have. Helps when you're in the mood for junk food, but don't want to deal with the calories. Do you have the habit of apologizing too much? If you're feeling like you need to say sorry for small things like asking for help, stop and take a minute and replace/rephrase with a thank you instead. Seems small, but it is a great habit to get into, and, in my case, helps me to be less anxious. Just adding on to your dry skin and feet ones. If you have very dry skin and cracking feet, baking soda is great. Epsom salts in bath works wonders too, and adding milk is the most gentle and surprisingly effective way of removing dead skin, including for deep foot cracks, and adding a few tablespoons of olive oil after soaking for a while is a easy way to get all over oiled, then towel dry and you're moisturized but not oily. And sugar in olive oil and baking soda with a little water are great scrubs to use on various body parts depending if you want scrub or polish. This will sound bizarre, but I use an orbital sander on my feet, like this one. https://www.homedepot.com/p/2 alt 3 amp corded 5 and variable speed random orbital sander WE 6423/311528803. Lowest setting and 220p grid sanding disc. Within a few minutes I have smooth feet. Especially useful in the winter when taking my socks off sounds like ripping Velcro apart. The vibration also gives them a little massage too. Lol. Pepper/bear/dog spray is more effective against someone trying to hurt you than a knife, unless you really know how to use a knife. Blinding someone is a better strategy than learning how to knife fight in a high stakes situation. Honor asterisk completely asterisk different note, this is how I avoid admitting I've forgotten someone's name. Hi, this is so embarrassing, but I've forgotten your name. It's Wendy. Oops, I know your first name, I meant your last name. Bam. Now you have their first and last name. Okay, that's genius. I remember being told about the Diva Cup from a BDSM mistress, college friend of mine, back in my uni days. Life changing. It felt too good to be true at first. I've never worried about another leak accident, and stopped wasting tons of money on mediocre period products every month, since I started using it. Find the right size, there are 3 options, and invest in it, ladies. They last 4 years, if you keep them clean and stored safely. Menstrual Cups FTW. I just have to plug that there are so many more brands than Diva Cup now, and they come in different shapes and sizes. Diva Cup never worked for me, because the shape is just wrong for my anatomy, but other brands with a different shape work great. So much better than tampons or pads for me. Cups are a game changer. I put it in, and forget I am on my period, until I need to dump it 8 hours later. 1. Putting tape on the edges of your eyes when you're doing your makeup really does work to give it a cleaner look. 2. If you get a fungal infection on a nail, I've gotten it on my big toe before, by Monistat at the store. It's vaginal antifungal. It's antifungal. It's basically the same thing your doctor will prescribe you anyways and works like a charm. 3. Buy anti-chafing lotion. I use chamois butter and it's a world of difference, costs maybe $10 for a big bottle. 4. If you ever choose to get an early term / pill abortion, don't bother trying to wear pads, buy adult diapers. They are comfier, and have a much less chance of accidental messes. 5. Flick that bean during your time of the month. Studies have shown this can help alleviate cramping as well as assist in passing the uterine lining. 6. If you feel you are being followed in a car, drive to the police station, and call them on your way. 7. If you walk places frequently, there are multiple apps that you can download which will track your pace and location as well as share this location with only people you select. If you start running, it can sense it and call emergency services or your first contact of choice. Semicolon. That's all you're going to get out of me. I grew up with a rough mother who taught me to and 6. She also taught me to always keep spare change in my pocket, so if another woman was mean to me, I was supposed to choose a physical imperfection, flick the coins at her, and tell her to go downtown, and pay a rat to chew it off. I would not recommend this life hack, lol. Lol. The last hack is from a movie called Uncle Buck featuring John Candy. Hilarious movie, I definitely recommend watching. Flick that bean during your time of the month. Honestly, replacing my shower head with a removable one has been a game changer. Not only do I get a nice rinse down there, but to be honest, if I'm having awful cramps or an exceptionally heavy period day, it helps some of that mellow out. Plus, there's not as much of a mess. Which is nice. I was once followed by a drunk man directly to the police station, where he was arrested. It was quite frightening. Hey, could you explain the bit about flicking the bean, please? Thanks. Unless you live in Chicago for #6. No joke, the local police station a few years back was like, don't come to the police station, if you need help, just dial 911. We're out patrolling, so there is no one but the desk people to help you. You've been visited by the ghost of a very important man. Pay your respects by liking and subscribing, and he'll grant you 3 weeks of good luck.